Can you still make money trading meme coins right now? Which are the best meme coins to trade? What platform should you be using when it comes to trading meme coins? What's the best launchpad right now for trading meme coins? Where's the most volume when it comes to trading meme coins? Because remember, the more volume there is, more chance we have, probability of actually making money. I'm going to answer all of those questions in this video. So let's jump straight into it. Best platform, AXIOM, still. First link in description. When you click on it and sign up, you'll eventually come to this page. If you don't find it, just go on to the top left and click on Pulse. These are all of the new meme coins that are launching right now as we speak on different launchpads. What type of meme coins should you be trading? Let me just quickly show you a couple of old ones. This is GOAT, not much going on, just sitting at 40 million going sideways. Fartcoin is up a little bit off the lows and stable at the moment. If I'm honest, I have to say there's a little bit more volume coming in recently. Another random older coin that used to do very well, obviously way off, like 99, 98% off all-time highs, miles below all-time highs. A little bit more volume recently. Mudang actually had a full breakout with high volume and kind of holding sideways. I don't think there's anything incredible going on at the moment. However, it's worth keeping an eye on. Why? Because if we talk about cycles, so 2017, 2018, 2021, what happened in the last couple of years, these cycles, what happened to the most popular meme coins in 2017, 2018? Next cycle. What happened to the most popular ones from 2020, 2021? This cycle. So if you think about it like that, we might be in a situation where in next cycle, some of the ones that perform best this time will have a decent run. That's why I'm still keeping an eye on them. Simple as that. But this is not something that's going to make you money quickly. And definitely there's no clear sign of a trend change at the moment. So the best place to trade meme coins right now is sticking to low cap meme coins. It's high risk, high reward, but it's much lower amounts that you'd be risking. Which launchpads? Let's talk about that. So at the top here, you've got filters, as I've shown in many previous videos. Now you can play around with these, but at the moment, where's all the volume? It's pump fun. So on these filters, what you have to do is reset all the filters. So click this round button here. And here where you see protocols, these are the different launch pads that host meme coins where you can create your own meme coin. So you can select all and unselect all here. And then when you're choosing which one to look at, just show pump fun coins and then click apply. And the same in the final stretch. So we can unselect all, click pump, and then click apply. Now I've got other filters on here as well, and we'll go through some of them right now. So let's reset and have a look through them. So with these, mainly what we want to do is if we're trying to catch a new coin moving very quickly, we want to limit the age. We don't want coins that have been here for hours and hours. That wouldn't make any sense. There wouldn't be any momentum in those coins. People in meme coin land, especially low market cap coins, they get bored quick, really quick, like goldfish quick. So they'll be gone within a few minutes, and you should too. And we'll get onto that later when we talk about strategy. But basically a max here should be as low as 30 minutes, 40 minutes, absolute max. So click apply. You do the same for new pairs. You click on 30 minutes here and click apply. The next ones that you can experiment with, but it saves you a lot of time. The point of filters is to rule out all of the scam coins. And there are still loads and loads of them being launched every single day, and they still catch people out. And how to do that is, if you scroll down here on audit, you've got maximum percentages, as we've discussed before, for snipers, insiders, how much the dev is holding. And you can put your maximums here. For example, dev holding, you might put something like 8%. Snipers and insiders, you might put something like 20%. They even have a bundle option as well, so you can even add that. You can put 20-25% there, but I'm going to show you manually how to look for bundles. That's a much better kind of technique. Pro traders is really important. These are, again, just suggest that it's a more legit coin if you have a lot of pro traders in that particular coin, rather than just people creating fresh wallets and fresh accounts suddenly. So I would put something like 15 or 20 here. So you can put 15, for example, and click apply. Now, the next thing about this, let's talk about market cap, because I know it sounds really simple and obvious, but still most don't understand that what we're doing when it comes to trading is we're buying here low, that's our buy, and we're selling high, that's our sell. Buy low, sell high. Why is this important? When I'm looking through final stretch, for example, just as an example, and we get to the migration level. Migration is where we jump final stretch to migrated. That level's always changing. It depends on different things, including Solana price. But if you're trading a coin that's just under migration, you might be trading a coin at 40, 50k market cap and you want to buy. Are you buying low to sell high there? Or are you buying high already, taking a massive amount of risk by top blasting? You'll hear people who say they've top blasted and it worked out and they made, 10x or more. But they never talk about all their losing trades. This is not a smart way to trade, ever, because the probability is not with you. The way to buy meme coins is always to wait for a dip. That's not really changed in the last couple of years of trading meme coins. What's changed is the speed at which you have to do everything on lower market cap coins. So here your buy low has to be, for example, 15k to about 25k maximum. That's where you're actually buying. And you're looking to sell at 40, 50k. That's the actual game here. That's what you're trying to do. And in terms of strategy, it's very simple. You just need to identify, first of all, a legit coin. So you rule out all of the obvious scams, which we'll go through. But then you're trying to buy the coin in an area where there's a good chance there'll be some sort of rally. It might be a weak rally, but there might be some rally. So you're looking for coins that have had a decent organic run up, having a pullback, and that first major pullback you're buying. And then if that fails, if it goes up but then fails, you get out as fast as possible. Fast. Remember I said speed is everything? You sell and you move on to the next coin. And you keep doing that. And if it runs, great. You start taking profits along the way. First area is the initial target high. So on one of these coins, in terms of talking about strategy here, we're on a 5-second chart. There's also 1 second, 15 second, 30 second, etc. 1 second is fine. I prefer 5 personally because it's a bit more smoothed out. And then when I use any kind of indicator, just to give me some sort of idea on where the kind of dip might end, I like to use RSI, Relative Strength Index. This just gives an idea of where we're overbought and oversold. And the area below that line here is basically a buying area. The area above here is basically a selling area. Simple as that. This is not perfect. No indicator in trading ever is. But this is slightly better than just doing everything completely blind. Because when it's blind, you don't really know where the dip's gonna kind of end. Now, we have psychological levels even on these lower market cap coins. And again, that's something that's not new, that's not changed. So you can mark these off here. And with a horizontal line, you can mark off, for example, 10k. 10k is a really important level in meme coins. 100k, for example, on migrated coin, is another important level. 50k is another one. And these are levels that sometimes get attracted to like magnets, but they're good areas where you can get support or resistance. For example, here it acted as support. Now, here we were oversold all the way down here. So even at 15k, if you bought, it would have dipped more. That's what I mean. Like, this is not perfect science. But anyway, if you bought anywhere here, you're looking for it to run up back to highs, and it's looking a little bit weak, but it's still maintaining an uptrend for now. If it gets any further here, you would sell immediately and you'd run, assuming this is a legit coin, which we'll go into in just a minute. That's what we're looking at here. Now, how far can dips go? It varies, but you can get dips 50%, sometimes 60%. It just depends how much it's run up. But the range tends to be 40 to 60%. That's kind of the what we call golden Fibonacci kind of area for a pullback. And now you see me talking about all these indicators, and these are low market cap coins. But remember, the reason stuff like this works at least a little to give you some sort of edge is because it's mass psychology at play here. You're against all these other market participants. They're all looking at the same charts. Everybody has similar kind of information. As long as it's not a bundle, of course, or an obvious scam, this is mass psychology at work. That's why these levels work. Everybody else sees things dumping. Everybody else dumps at the same time. Everybody else sees something buying the dip. Everybody else buys the dip. Simple as that. But you see, charts looking very weak now. That's a failed kind of breakout there. So you would sell, you would move on. Now, in terms of information about the token and bundling, quite easy. Once you've had experience and you've looked at a few different coins, you basically want to look at the top holders here and very simply have a look through and just see where they funded from. You want to really see lots and lots of different areas, different platforms, different exchanges. That's good. You want to see that they were funded at different times. Not all funded on the same day, like 2 hours ago or 2 days ago, all at the same time. Because very likely somebody's just funded all of the different wallets there. And that's a bundle because they actually, one person, one entity owns all of the different wallets, if that makes sense. And the other thing is check the SOL balance, as I've discussed in previous videos. These shouldn't all be like kind of weird, identical, or all really, really low SOL balances. Why would all the top holders all have like really, really low balances. Wouldn't make any sense. That's not organic. Some basic easy ways there just to check. Obviously on the right hand side here, you've got top 10, snipers, bundle percentage, dev holding, etc. So you've got all of that information there too. And pro traders, which we've talked about before. So 41, okay, for a very, very low market cap coin. That's completely okay. Final thing, like, are people bored of this coin or not bored of this coin? I can't tell from the chart. I don't know how people do that. I need to see volume. This is an indicator. People are really against using indicators in trading, and I have no idea why. It's just free information for you to use. Put the volume down. You always have a spike in volume at the beginning, especially if a coin gets a little bit of momentum. But after that is key. And it looks like a lot of noise in this. So if I zoom in there, so sometimes it's hard. So if you can't interpret that, I can already see that because I've just looked at gazillion charts over the years. But if you struggle to, just smooth it out more. So all you do is you just increase the time to 15 seconds or even 30 seconds. Then it's a bit more obvious. Then you can see here a lot of what's really happened with the volume. So ignore the launch part. What's really happened the last kind of 10 to 50 minutes? What's going on here? Are we getting, for the price to go up, we need to have higher volume, ever increasing volume like that. If it's going sideways, we're not going to go anywhere. And if it's going down, that's especially bad. So if the volume was high and then the bars keep going down, 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 the price is just going to continue with it. And in all my time trading meme coins, that's never not been the issue, unless it's some sort of obvious scam, of course. And even if it stays here in the middle, that's still bad. If a coin is going sideways as a meme coin, I promise you, it's usually better to get out, especially if it's a new coin. So these are all opportunities for you to exit, and you've got a lot of time here to exit too. Now, yeah, could it like slowly grind up a little bit? Yeah, maybe. But it's not going to shoot up unless it has more volume, and I can see that clearly on the chart using simple indicator. Guys, before I discuss more, if you're enjoying this type of content, hit the like button, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and comment below, like, do you want me to go over how you set up a kind of pricing when it comes to fees, bribery, stuff like that? You want me to go into bundling a little bit more? You want me to go into buy and sell particular strategies on the chart a little bit more? Which area of trading meme coins, low market cap, do you not understand at the moment, or are you finding the most difficult? Are you getting scammed a lot with these bundles and a lot of these coins suddenly rugging? Because obviously all these things will really set you back. The trenches definitely weren't what they once were, but Pump Fund has been surprisingly resilient, even the last few weeks, in terms of volume. Like, people still here, you can see, trading meme coins. And this volume has kind of been sideways. Some of it a few weeks ago, Pump Fund did do some injection when it comes to that volume. But still, it's still sideways. Graduation rates, stuff like that. Not massive amounts change. It's almost, dare I say, stabilized in the world of meme coins. So, you know, the days aren't there now. I mean, maybe there will be in future. Who knows, where you can buy a 1 million token and then it runs to 100 million in a couple of days. That's not there right now. But in terms of low market cap coins, 20, 30K going to 60, 70K, or 50, 60K migrated going to, you know, a couple 100K or 300, 400K, that's still happening every single day. And this is a skill. Trading is a skill. And the other area where people get confused is actually researching the coin. Like, you know, what is it about this coin that might make it run a little bit or garner a bit more interest? If you want more content on that, please let me know, and I'll show you exactly how to analyze these community pages. Because again, that's very easy to do. And it's another area where people get caught out all the time. Leave it there for now. Thanks for listening.